Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. O Spirit of life, Creator, source of boundless blessings, we thank you for this graduation day. Bless these graduates as they continue to pursue their dreams. Provide them with the courage to overcome fear and doubt, to find strength in their capacity to serve others, and to respect the diversity of humankind. Help them to be mindful that true success is born of meaningful relationships and the comfort of a caring community that embraces peace and justice. Through your gracious Spirit, we ask that you bless our graduates with patience as they explore new horizons. Bless them with humility as they enjoy success and happiness. Bless them with compassion and generosity for the poor, the sick, and the suffering. With gratitude for family, friends, and mentors who have supported them throughout their lives. And bless us all as we share in the joy of their accomplishments. With a final transpersonal reminder from the great American philosopher Ralph Waldo Emerson. Behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Amin, amin, amin. Bihurmeti Seydel Mursalin.
Good day. Welcome to this 44th commencement of Sofia University. The circumstances of today's ceremony are certainly unusual, and I will have more to say about that in just a moment. First, however, I want to extend a warm welcome to all our viewers. No matter where you reside, what device you're using to access this webcast, and no matter how many other people are physically in the room with you, I'm delighted to know you are with us. Sofia endures because of our belief in the human spirit and our desire for connection. I am honored to host all of you, the members of our Sofia community, in this celebration of higher education and our students' success. The ritual of graduation welcomes those who have completed a course of study into the community of scholars and practitioners. This legacy both informs and sustains all who seek knowledge about themselves and about the world in which they live. This legacy also rests on the assurance that knowledge is itself insufficient without insight, without the ability to analyze, plan, and act judiciously, and with humility. Those are hallmarks of Sofia's educational path. Today, the university will be awarding doctoral degrees in philosophy and psychology. We will also be awarding master's degree in counseling psychology, transpersonal psychology, computer science, and business administration. Finally, we will also award bachelor's degrees in psychology. Before we get the program underway, I want to acknowledge that today's event would not be possible without the contributions of many individuals and groups. Graduates, let's acknowledge the dedication of spouses, parents, grandparents, siblings, children, neighbors, friends, and peers to the attainment of your degree. Whether you are in a room right now with family or friends, can send a text message to a loved one, or in some other way can plan to say thank you, let's remember our support systems. I too would like to acknowledge the parents, family members, and friends for their love, for their sacrifices, and for their support of Sofia's students. There are others as well whose contributions should be noted. Sofia's outstanding faculty is at the cornerstone of the education we offer. The women and men on the core and adjunct faculty teach courses and advise students. They guide dissertations, theses, and internships. And they serve the overall Sofia community by advocating for their disciplines, continually reviewing and renewing the curriculum, and assisting in the maintenance of the university's accreditation and other approvals. They bring experience as researchers, authors, clinicians, business executives, environmental stewards, spiritual guides, and so many other professions to enrich our students' education. It is appropriate to use an occasion like today's to publicly honor and thank all of them. Thank you. I also want to thank the staff of Sofia University, who equally contribute to our students' success and to the running of the university. These good folks maintain our email system, ensure access to the buildings, process applications at the beginning of the student journey, and degree clearance at the end. Along the way, they ensure course scheduling, disbursement of financial aid, and adherence to work authorization and visa policies. To these staff, I say, you work hard to provide support to our students and faculty and represent our programs to external publics as well. Thank you, each and every one of you. I mentioned at the beginning of today's welcome that the commencement is somewhat atypical, and I'd like to conclude my remarks with a few words on our unique circumstances. In mid-March, Sofia, like many other higher education institutions across the globe, moved residential classes to web-based offerings. Our spring intensive and seminar, very intense and demanding experiences that occur across a week or more, were likewise transitioned to a combination of online and virtual meetings. And we have determined to maintain this response to the extraordinary public health crisis through at least early fall. The fact that our faculty, staff, and students responded quickly and with little disruption to this new means of delivery is a testament to their professionalism and equally to their commitment to their educational goals, no matter the external stressors. This response is but one of the ways that Sofia embodies the theme of this year's ceremony: resilience in the face of adversity. We have also taken this as a learning opportunity. We've collected student input on the experience of migrating residential classes to web meetings. The responses have been rather positive. We've begun a series of discussions by the faculty around the intensity of the web classroom, and we are reflecting on how we can adapt this technology even further to enhance engagement, a sense of community, and of course, learning. This reflective and discovery approach is thus another way Sofia is building resilience in the face of adversity. So, we end the academic year aware of the world's condition, of external realities of public health. Yet our encounters with that world are deliberate, self-reflective, and compassionate. They are also creative. In extending the innovativeness of the day, I am now pleased to introduce Sofia's acting president, Dr. Alan Cahoon, and chairman of the board, Mr. David Kfaguli, who will add to our festivities with their own welcome. I look forward to their remarks and to the remaining unfolding of this commencement ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today. My name is Alan Cahoon. I'm the acting president of Sofia University, and it's my privilege to welcome you to Sofia University's 2020 commencement ceremony. I'd like to begin by expressing my appreciation for Rosalie and the graduation committee who worked hard to create this virtual commencement recognition ceremony. I strongly believe that what has importance is what we celebrate. So hopefully by celebrating this ceremony, we can communicate to you how important it is for us to recognize your commencement today and dressing up in these kind of archaic robes to celebrate your success. We want to show you the value that we have in your journey at Sofia and acknowledge that. So congratulations. Thank you for being part of our institution. You and those who care about you should be proud that you are recognized for your accomplishments today. I would be remiss not to recognize that we are living in troubled times, the uncertainty of being in the midst of a global pandemic without a known cure or protective vaccine, living in a nation racked with inequity, racism, and discrimination, and institutional violence against its own citizens. So the context that we are in also has an impact on the education that we have. But today, the ceremony is in honor of you, the class of Sofia University's class of 2020. Education and learning has always been an important part of my life. My parents were both teachers. I learned early the value of education, that it is a privilege to be able to learn, to be a teacher, and to be part of an environment that creates and enables learning opportunities for others. I want to acknowledge this privilege with gratitude. Sofia is a special place where our inspiration for learning has inspired a vision for so many people, just like you. 45 years ago, the founders of the California Institute of Transpersonal Psychology, now Sofia University, had a vision to create an institution of higher learning that would provide an alternative, non-traditional approach to the study of psychology. We are indeed honored to have Dr. Robert Frager participate with us in this commencement and thank him for his invocation that started this commencement ceremony. Doctors Frager and Fadiman wanted to build something entirely new on the educational landscape, to create an approach to psychology theory that is interdisciplinary in nature and embraces a wide variety of ideas, where a focus on the whole human experience, where the education journey was relevant to the lives students lived outside the classroom, where the learning experience was driven not by what a university traditional offered, but what modern students needed to sustain themselves and to succeed. Most of all, they invited you, the students, to be part of this learning journey. And today, we celebrate the achievement of 67 graduates who have joined us on this journey. From the time you wrote your application to attend Sofia University, to your late nights you spent reading, writing, reflecting at home, in meetings and on campus, to this moment, your vision and your achievements have become part of the fabric of the university. Your learning journey and what you do next are essential to the ideas that drives us here at Sofia University. While you're on your path of personal and academic learning, we learned from you and we were inspired by you. We are so proud to recognize your achievements and to confirm credentials on the graduates of the Institute for Transpersonal Psychology and the Departments of Computer Science and Business. We see visionary work that shapes the future of this university and the wider society from our graduates today. Peggy Wu, who did her story on a Taiwanese population and traveled there to collect her data. It was a powerful study of cancer remission. Dorothée Lucy, whose dissertation combined virtual reality technology and experiential process to give people an immersive experience into death awareness. Using knowledge to make a difference. Convocation marks a time for all of us to reflect on where we are along our paths. Where are we now? What does it mean? Where did we come from? And where are we going? Please take the time to reflect for a moment on your personal learning journey at Sofia University. From the early days, Sofia wanted to open doors of education to courageous people who could make positive change in their lives and in the world. We wanted to create an inclusive environment that not only accepts, but embraces students' life experiences. To do that, we had to dismantle some of the tradition-bound structures of privilege in the academy that benefit a few and exclude many. We confirmed and reinforced Sofia University's value as a different kind of a university, more relevant to the world we live in, more responsible to the needs of our learners. Over the past 45 years, Sofia has transformed it into a kind of confidence and maturity that comes from deep reflection and hard-won success. I imagine you feel something like that right now in terms of your journey. What more can we do to ensure that those who follow you here have the same learning opportunities? That they are provided with a learning context based on the foundation and concepts of humanistic and transpersonal education. We know from research that learning is a social construct. We learn through our interactions and reactions to others. And it results from the inclusion of the ideas of others added to our own. And is countered through diversity of thoughts and different perspectives that we encounter. Diverse viewpoints allow us to see things differently, see ourselves differently, and help us to discover strategies and solutions we may miss if the classroom was simply a place where everyone comes from the same background and circumstances. In fact, California, this country, and global society can be stronger and more resilient the more we are inclusive and respectful of others. We must continue to listen more intentionally to where we live and learn, what our spiritual and indigenous community members and partners have to say, and where we strive to foster the best possible environment for harmony and acceptance to flourish. Sofia is committed to the importance of harmony through the diversity and inclusion and fostering global cross-cultural understanding and mutual learning. This summer, we will celebrate the graduation of over 450 of Sofia MBA students who study our program in Mandarin in China and learn from faculty there and here due to the educational partnership that we have with Zhejiang Educational Group, which is affiliated with Tsinghua University, China's leading university in Beijing. We are fortunate to have a strategic educational partnership with the Beifang Educational Group, consortium of 21 universities and colleges in China with over 230 undergraduate students. Sofia was able to design and deliver an innovative online certificate program for our Beifang partners this spring on mindfulness leadership in a global context. and some 430 third and fourth year undergraduate students from our Beifang affiliated colleges and universities would plan to travel to Canada, the US, or UK, or Australia to experience another culture and enhance their cross-cultural learning and understanding. But because of COVID, we're unable to travel, got to experience an online version put together by Sofia to help them become more mindful and more globally aware. Diversity is not just about cultures, of course. It touches all the ways people can be different from each other and have varied viewpoints and experiences in life. At Sofia University, we take our diversity to heart, yet we acknowledge that we have a ways to go. Do women advance as far and as fast as men in the communities and on our campuses? Do LGBTQ and racialized faculty, staff, and students feel safe, included, and equal on our campuses, in our classrooms, or in our communities? We know we are on an important journey, and we have not yet arrived at a fully inclusive place. We know education is personally transformational. Every one of you has experienced or witnessed the power of education to change individual lives. Education is empowerment, and that begins with discovering not only who we are, but who we could become when we are free to explore our potential, free from discrimination. Lifelong learning creates new ideas, creates critical thinking, critical thinkers, creates change makers, and is the number one enemy of bigotry and xenophobia, and is the antidote to inequality. We learn from recognizing and accepting different views, different perspectives, valuing different experiences and practice. We learn from moving outside our comfort zone. But none of this can happen until we dismantle the structures and implicit biases that insulate us from the experience, values, and opinions of others. From my point of view, universities have a critical role to support equality, diversity, and inclusion in our lives, in our institutions, in our communities, and in our nations. I think we owe it to our students and to those of the members of our community to do more than just talk about it, or even worse, be silent. As proponents of critical thinking, we need to turn the lens back to our own organizations, our own lives, and ask ourselves, what can we do better? It's more than rhetoric, more than just words. It's what we do. So during these challenging times, we need motivated people who care and know how to put ideas into action more than ever before. The proof of Sofia University's vision is all of you and what you do now and in the future. We look to you to take your learning further. Tap into that original vision and the motivation that kept you going as you earned your credential. The world needs you. But your Sofia University journey doesn't have to be over. You've joined a community of more than 10,000 alumni in the US and around the world. The connections you've made with fellow students and faculty are not lost after graduation. Take those relationships with you to wherever you choose to do, or whatever you choose to do next, and stay connected with us. Come back and visit. Let us know what you're up to, and give us the privilege of following your career and your achievements. I know you'll feel pride when you look back on all you have achieved, and you can return to that feeling of pride and inspiration again and again, and look to your cohort and other distinguished alumni and faculty for inspiration as well. I personally take inspiration from every single graduate who celebrates at the 2020 commencement ceremony, my first as a member of Sofia University's learning community. Well, you've made it. Congratulations. You've earned the credentials for which you've been recognized. And today is a day of celebration. I just have two final requests. First of all, Take the time to thank those who helped you along your way: family, friends, colleagues, mentors, and teachers. Next, I challenge you to take what you've learned and to make a difference in society, to use wisely the knowledge and skills you have acquired as individuals in your life, and as you assume leadership roles in your community and in your chosen careers, use your knowledge for better. Thank you, congratulations, and I wish you all the best.
Good morning. My name is David Figuli. I am the chairman of the Board of Trustees of Sofia University. It is my honor to welcome you to the year 2020 graduation ceremony of Sofia University on behalf of the Board of Trustees. This is an auspicious occasion. Not only is it a day that marks a unique accomplishment in your life, but it is also notable as the first virtual graduation ceremony I have had the pleasure of attending after 45 years in higher education. You particularly, and the Sofia academic community of which you are a part, have persevered through one of the most difficult circumstances in our national and global history. And we have together reached this momentous point. You have demonstrated not only your intellectual prowess, but also your ability to persevere through very challenging times. Both of these attributes will serve you well as you move forward to write your story. I learned very early in my career that perseverance, the dedication to finishing what I started, achieving worthy goals, and completing difficult tasks was the key factor in achieving success for myself and those I served. The Board of Trustees congratulates you and welcomes you to the Sofia University alumni community. We wish you the very best life that you can conceive.
It is now the time for this year's commencement speaker. It is indeed a rare honor to be able to welcome a distinguished alum or alumna back to campus. And today we do that, albeit remotely. Dr. Kathleen Hendricks earned a PhD from the Institute of Transpersonal Psychology in 1982. She has been an evolutionary catalyst, successful entrepreneur, and body intelligence pioneer since the 1970s. Passionate about the power of embodied integrity and emergence, her work explores the how of consciousness, the structures and practices that befriend and transform fear into presence, connection, and creative solutions. She is the co-author of 12 books. That is impressive, including the best-selling Conscious Loving, At the Speed of Life, and the new Conscious Loving Ever After, How to Create Thriving Relationships at Midlife and Beyond. Katie has developed a unique coaching and leadership program that has trained hundreds of leaders in the US and in Europe. She co-founded the Spiritual Cinema Circle and the Virtual Body Intelligence Summit. She has appeared on over 500 radio and television programs and traveled well over 1 million air miles as the ambassador for the work that she and her husband, Gay Hendricks, have developed. Sofia University is indeed indebted to alumni like Dr. Hendricks for bringing the wisdom and sensibility of transpersonal psychology to larger and more diverse audiences and venues. I am eager to hear her words for graduates.
Welcome and congratulations to the graduates, to your families, to all those who have supported you on this journey. And though you may have heard this in other times of your life, it really seems to me that we are living in unprecedented times where structures have crumbled that we've known for generations, if not really centuries, and old structures that seem to work have crumbled, and the very nature of humanity is being questioned. It seems to me that the big question for all of us, and especially for you, is now what? What are we moving into? What's possible for you? And what kind of contributions can you make while really having a fulfilled life? In thinking about what I wanted to share with you today, I thought it would be most valuable to glance over my 40 years since I was involved with Sofia University, which was ITP back in the day. And I thought I would share with you the most valuable principles and practices that I've been using in this time and see which of them might be of use to you. The first and the most important thing I want to share with you is that you are an evolving work of art. And if you feel any resistance to hearing that and taking that in, that is your work. As you continue to polish and practice and reveal more and more of your essence, your unique instrument, you will blend and weave with the other instruments, expressing full out to create new music on the planet. It's starting, this brand newness that was delivered by the great pause and the interruption of this pandemic. I'd also like you to remember that you're making it up, that everybody is making it up. All of these structures, all of these policies, all of these principles, we've made them up. And we can take what really works and blend it with what we're discovering and what we're learning about the planet and ourselves to continue creating. So the question for you is, what do you want to create? And I'd like you to commit to it, even if you can't picture the whole journey. Go ahead and step off into the unknown and let the currents take you to what's yours to express. Here are some of the practices that I invite you into. Uncover, nurture, and express your authentic core. The world wants your unique expression. There's nothing more revolutionary than playing full out from your essence. Find and favor your essence pace. That's the pace of moving through the world that's most effective because it allows you to be at home with yourself while you're aware of your environment and your possibility of participating in it. Befriend fear to upgrade your nervous system. All issues have fear at the core, and facing and befriending fear allows you to, rather than reacting, to respond fully in your life. Commit and recommit. This is probably the principle that has been the most powerful for me in my adult life. Committing gets you into the game, and recommitting gets you from here to there, to where you really want to go. So be prepared to recommit hundreds of times on your way in the journey to what you really want. Fill your own reservoir first. That way you come from the fullness and you can let life flow through you rather than draining you. Feed your muchness. Live through this radical presencing out to your edges. Let your muchness osmose to other people so they can fully presence themselves in their lives. Protect your eyeballs. Protect your eyeballs. Everybody wants them, although they may not want much of the rest of you. They do want your eyeballs. Favor the opening. Break up the what's wrong habit by looking for what's available, what's open. Learn how to shift from criticism to wonder, and especially with will shift your brain into wonder in a second and shift you out of criticism. Turn toward what's happening and turn toward creative expression. Often something doesn't need to be resolved or figured out. It really needs to be expressed, and you can be a vehicle for expressing. Engage rather than fighting back. Fighting back keeps the fear going. Engage and collaborate. Breathe, move, and love. This is the phrase that we've used more often than any other in the past 40 years, because when you're breathing, moving, and loving, any issue, any possibility can be opened up to and can be fleshed out into the world if you add breath, add movement, and add love. Here are some wonder questions that I return to every day, and I invite you to practice. What's mine to do? What's wanting to come through me that expresses me fully and opens the next step? What can I learn today? And how can I turn fully toward this moment, this person, and this event? And the biggest one, of course, is how can I expand my ability every day to give and receive more love? I decided to attend the school more than 40 years ago when I walked in the door and I saw this poem on the wall. There are fools who dance and fools who watch the dance. If I must be a fool, I'd rather be a dancing fool. May your lives be filled with joy, purpose, and lots of foolish dancing.
Sofia's faculty nominated 2 graduates to share their thoughts on our theme of resilience in the face of adversity and to speak on behalf of the student body. We will first hear from Christine Kopek, a candidate for the Master of Arts in Transpersonal Psychology degree. Then we will hear from Peggy Wu, a candidate for the PhD. Both, I'm sure, will inspire us with their words.
Hello, graduates, esteemed faculty and administration, Sophia alumni, parents and families. My name is Christine Kopek, and I am a 2020 graduate of Sophia's MATP program. When people ask me, what was your experience like being a graduate student at Sophia? My response is always, it was life-changing. Little did I know when I started in the fall of 2017 that I would change so deeply and profoundly from the inside out. Yes, the knowledge gained, the books we read, the content we analyzed, even the APA papers we wrote, all of that was important. But what was more significant was the transformative shift that occurred within me. Once I began to see the world through a transpersonal lens, nothing was ever the same. Transpersonal means experiencing life where we transcend our usual self-conscious awareness, and in so doing, connect to a larger, more meaningful reality. When we embrace and live the attributes of compassion, intuition, creativity, mindfulness, and gratitude, we transform our internal life and the world around us. Never in our history has the world so needed these qualities to inform its consciousness. At Sophia, I completed the Transformational Life Coaching Program, and today I have a thriving business leadership and executive coaching practice. In working with corporations, nonprofit organizations, and government agencies, I see firsthand the pain and longing for meaning so many people are experiencing. How can we address these real-life situations and rise above the despair and anxiety? How do we bring forth the lessons we've learned at Sophia into a world that is desperate for more certainty, more resilience, more love and appreciation for all of our brothers and sisters? For part of the answer, we can look to Brené Brown for inspiration. In her book, The Gifts of Imperfection, she encourages us to own our story and love ourselves through that process. It is the bravest thing that we will ever do. So graduates, as you embark on a new part of your life journey, I ask you, what is the story that you own? What is the love and impact you want to offer in this present moment? How will your everyday actions manifest hope and healing? May we be inspired by Nelson Mandela's powerful words. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. As we have the courage to prevail, remember, be brave, be compassionate, be the light the world needs now. Thank you.
Faculties, families, friends, and fellow graduates. It's an honor for me to be here with you in this virtual space on behalf of the Global Doctorate Program. I want to thank everyone who has inspired, encouraged, and supported us on this journey. I want to give special thanks to my committee chair, Dr. John Elfers, for his wisdom and guidance throughout the process. I would also like to thank my husband, Joe, and my two wonderful children, Russell and Brandon, for their encouragement and loving support. My research looked at 5 individuals in Taiwan who achieved spontaneous remission of their cancer without any traditional medical interventions, as they experienced an integration of their mind, body, and spirit. Their stories were truly inspiring and have shown me what it means to be resilient in the face of adversity. So what is resilience? Resilience is the ability to recover from life's challenges, disappointments, and failures. I want to share with you some of the takeaways from my research and hope that it may help you in the face of our current pandemic and racial tension across the nation. One of the first things that you can do is to be aware of how a situation impacts you. Try taking an internal look at what your emotional, mental, and physical states are. For example, when you think about the pandemic, notice what comes up for you. 10 different people looking at the pandemic may have 10 different reactions, perspectives, thoughts, and feelings. So why do you have the ones you have now? It's important to understand this because you can't consciously change what you're not aware of. So get curious about yourself. Another thing you could do is shifting your perspectives. When you're in a situation where you can't change a circumstance, see if you can learn to see it from a different way. It's immensely empowering to know that we can have choice to see our situations differently. Practice by coming up with 3 different ways of looking at the same situation. This will help stretch your imagination and increase mental capacity to hold other possibilities. A change in perspectives will shift us to an alternate space to experience our situation from a different way. It's often from this place that unexpected solutions may emerge. For example, after I got over the disappointments of not being able to attend my graduation live with all of you, my 3 shifts are: 1, I can now attend graduation from anywhere, from the beach or mountaintops if I choose to. 2, I bought myself a MacBook from the money that I saved from not flying out my family of 4. And 3, more of my family and friends can now watch me graduate because it's virtual. All of a sudden, I felt free because I'm experiencing all these other opportunities that presented themselves. Last but not least, have gratitude. Gratitude shifts our mindset from one of fear and despair to one of love and compassion. Gratitude helps us build capacity to withstand pain. I experienced this during the pandemic when I shifted from feeling anxious about being quarantined to feeling gratitude that everyone is safe under one roof and that we all got to have dinner together every night. This was a rare occasion prior to the pandemic because of everyone's darn busy schedules. Gratitude feels amazing, like a big warm hug from the universe, and who doesn't like that? To the class of 2020, here are my wishes for you. May you learn, grow, and flourish in the face of adversity. May you move humanity forward and embark on your work with a new sense of excitement and purpose. And may you show up in the world as the most authentic and genuine version of yourself with pride so that you will inspire others to do the same. May you be resilient. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it!
We now enter the part of the program all our students and their families and friends have been waiting for, the conferral of degrees. We have students graduating today with degrees from 7 of our programs: the Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, the Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology, Master of Arts in Transpersonal Psychology, Master of Business Administration, Master of Science in Computer Science, the Doctor of Philosophy, and Doctor of Psychology. Our candidates will be presented by their program chair or other academic leader. At the conclusion of the presentation of candidates, Dr. Cahoon will confer degrees.
To achieve the Bachelor of Arts completion degree, students must complete at least 48 hours of coursework at Sofia University after transferring in prior college work. It is a one-of-a-kind program the only entirely online program that students with an interest in psychology can complete with an emphasis on the transpersonal. I am pleased to announce the following bachelor degree candidates. Anne Amico. Xianmen Chen. Kirsten Sanders Morgan. Anastasia Wasco. The Master of Business Administration prepares students with the leadership, management, and analytic skills to contribute to a broad range of industries and organizations. Students complete 48 units that integrate transpersonal psychology with traditional management education. This year's MBA candidates are Meng Xuan Chen, Ali Omrani, Wai Chen Ren,
The graduates receiving a Master of Science in Computer Science have completed at least 48 units of coursework in the areas of data science, software engineering, and artificial intelligence. This degree also gives students an opportunity to further their knowledge in foundational and applied topics in the field of computer science. I am pleased to announce this year's MSCS degree candidates. Venkata Padma Vathi Bandari, Aniket Botha, Lakshmi Monica Chapala, Libo Kui, Chao Fu, Hang Li, Xiang Li, Xia Lin, Chang Liu, Ushin Liu, Akshara Motani, Shires Kumari Nukala, Shiming Chi, Richard Kian, Saloni Sahni, Jagjit Sandhu, Jinhui Shi, Mingshin Shi, Jing Zhao, Qiang Zhao, Lin Su, Koma Zuchi.
Masters of Arts in Transpersonal Psychology. Students receiving the Masters of Arts in Transpersonal Psychology complete at least 48 units of graduate level studies in transpersonal theory and practice. The coursework includes personal exploration, embracing the breadth and depth of transpersonal psychology, and may include a professional specialization in coaching, spiritual psychology, creativity, or eco-psychology. This year's MATP Master's candidates are Sophie Marguerite Antoni Joseph. Nureshmi Hasim. Christine Kopek. Tang Fei Li. Zihing Liu. Lei Lu. Diego Pinzon Rubiano. Christina Schmidt. Monique Suduth. Zulan Zhang. Eric House. Wan Gao. Zhang Wan. Zibin Zhang. Michelle Searfoss.
Sofia University offers a Master of Arts in Counseling Psychology. The graduates receiving the MACP degree have completed 90 units of coursework, integrating studies in counseling and transpersonal psychology, and have begun to make a clinical contribution through their practicum. These graduates have fulfilled the California state academic requirements for licensure as marriage and family therapist or licensed professional counselors. This year's graduates are Jaquel Agbula, Faith Eli, Kate Evans, Charity McGuire, Teresa Peak, Amber Rothfeld, Melina Wilcox,
The doctorate is the highest academic degree a school can award. Sofia University offers the PhD in psychology with a concentration in transpersonal psychology and a PhD in transpersonal psychology. In addition to their coursework, doctoral candidates complete a line of independent research, producing a book-length dissertation. This year's PhD candidates are Jason Apt, Julianne Holroyd, Veronica Cortum Arillo, Devi Prem, Joseph Sansone, Jillian Scholas, Peggy Wu, Beth Fleming, Jennifer Negrath, Dorte Lucci, Nomi Schmerling, Michelle McMullen, Carrie Gibbons, Mailanti Kardiva, Mepul Lakika,
Sofia has been at the forefront of providing doctoral-level clinical education. Through the curriculum in the Doctor of Psychology and Clinical Psychology, students are exposed to both humanistic, transpersonal, and traditional clinical subjects, participate in an internship, and conduct independent research. This year's PsyD candidates are Robert Karyadeva, Jesse Schulte, Jessica Connor, Sarah McConnell,
Can I ask all of the graduates receiving a bachelor's degree, please rise wherever you are so we can recognize you. By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Sofia University, I confer upon you the bachelor's degree for which you have qualified and confer all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining. Please join me in applause and celebrating your achievement. Thank you. You can sit down. Will all the graduates receiving a master's degree please rise? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Sofia University, I confer upon you the master's degree for which you have qualified and confer all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining. Please join me in an applause celebrating your achievement. Finally, can I ask all of the doctoral graduates to please stand for the conferral of their degree? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty of Sofia University, I confer upon you the doctoral degree for which you have qualified and confer all rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining. Please join me in recognizing our doctoral students. Congratulations to the class of 2020. All the best.
Well, you made it. Congratulations. The first thing you can do, in actuality or virtually, is move the tassel on your mortarboard from right to left. This symbolizes the transition from candidate to graduate. Again, congratulations. We hope that you, our new alumni, have experienced this ceremony as a true honoring of who you have become during your studies at Sofia and the work you have produced. On behalf of the faculty and staff, congratulations and thank you for all you have brought to Sofia and for all you will bring into the world. For our guests, I hope you have experienced a bit of our excitement and passion. As an educational institution, we are motivated by a broad, holistic, and profound appreciation for the human condition, its triumphs, and its difficulties. Our virtual ceremony is a way to honor our students, your family and friends, and honor the transpersonal view. With that, I adjourn this 44th commencement ceremony.